And we are officially live. Welcome to episode 2 of the Deepa Network Show. I am
Hello.
your host, Lord Triton, and you have your other host, Dingy. And today we have
Digney.
Dingy.
Digney.
Dingy. There we go.
Bang me.
And also, and today we'll be, and Dingy can go ahead and take it away.
Well, it's great to see everyone. Welcome to the Crazy Show, folks. That's what I'm calling this show. It's the Crazy Show, where we have Triton hosting us. We have Gabriel here, who's a great talker. We have a star who won't speak for most of the show because he's eating, and we have a guy whose name is very offensive to the gay community.
Nah. Hello.
Good to see you. Hopefully, you're cooking your controller or something.
Yes.
But let's catch up with the chat before we catch up with the panel. It's good to know that American housing is only getting better, as we can see from Gabriel's setup. He is living in a shed. That's how good things are in the U.S. in Trump's economy. Yes, he'd be living in a tent if Kamala Harris were in charge. But it's good to see me, and it's good to see a cat. So that's good. That's good to see a cat. Okay, now that we've caught up with the chat, we might as well catch up with the panel. We've got a scarecrow. We've got gay Gabe Newell. We've got a star that won't speak, and we've got Gabriel. So we're going to start off with Triton, and then we're going to go across the panel.
Hello. So yeah, I've been doing good actually. Since I finally got my computer back, and ever since we got the computer back, we've been doing multiple shows. I did 2 shows this weekend, and they were really good. Talked about a lot of good Nintendo stuff and some political stuff as well. And I'm so happy to have the computer so I can host these panels. You know what I mean? 'Cause I love hosting these kind of panels because it's fun to be interactive with people and also hear other people's perspectives and have good conversations and shit. So I'm so glad that I finally have a computer now. And I'm so glad I'm able to stream now.
Oh, it's good to have you hosting this show, Triton. Even if I can personally barely hear you, I'm sure everyone else can.
Wait, you cannot hear me?
Well, sometimes I can, but most of the time I can't. So,
Oh, you heard what I said, right? Do I have to repeat anything?
no, you don't have to repeat everything. It's just, guys, I'm kind of hard of hearing, so don't worry. It's all right.
Oh, okay. I
If
thought
everyone else can hear
channel.
you, then that's good enough for me. All right, then. Gay Gabe Newell, also known as Artner Footweenus. What a
Hello. I have been working hard, going to daily life at a job, and been playing video games when I come home, and usual 9 to 5 type stuff. And
All right.
here I am.
Well, it's good to have you here, my good man. It's good to see Weissler, but he's going to be eating for the next few hours, so I'm going to pretend to be him. Despite not knowing anything about him.
I can.
Hello, I'm Weissler. I love Canadian syrup. Or whatever
Hello, guys. I'm
Canadians eat.
Weissler, and I do a show called Green Star Radio. In fact, we're doing a show tonight covering some commentary drama stuff with lyrics tonight. So that's my life. There we go.
Hi, I'm Reisler, and I love cum.
Folks, that is what you get when you're on a panel but you don't speak. Okay, either be here or don't be here. Don't be here and not here, otherwise we'll pretend to be you. Okay, so
Hey, I'm back.
Oh, you are back.
Yep.
Good.
Oh, we did
But
a
does
little
he love
question.
cum?
Introduce yourself to Ryan and the rest of the panel. And yes, we are live.
Okay, what's going on, guys? Yeah, I'm Wilster. You can just call me Nick, though. It's fine. Yeah, that's it.
No, I have a
You don't want
question
to talk about
for
Green
the
Star Radio or
Weissler.
anything?
Green Star Radio. Do you guys want me to talk about Green Star Radio?
I mean, y'all could just talk about like who you are and like what you do. And
Okay.
Ryan gets to know
Oh,
who
excuse
you
me.
are.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
Why is
Now and then I used to do a live show on YouTube. It's pretty fun. I mostly just orbit the commentary community, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
I like
every nine.
I like how laid back Weisler is. I really admire that in a creator.
Thank you.
Yeah, he is really laid back.
Uh-huh.
He also has a very nice profile picture.
Thank you. I made it.
Good. I basically took Santa Claus and put a hat on him.
You basically just made Ulysses S. Grant.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's a damn good job I'm not an alcoholic. But how about you, Gabriel? You look like you're doing well for yourself. Whose shed are you living in?
Yeah. I went from living in a car to living in a fucking shed. I
Hey,
love
that's an improvement.
That's an upgrade.
I absolutely love this economy. This economy couldn't get any better. Fuck.
Do you know what you need, Gabriel? We need to get you kitted out, and we gotta send you to Venezuela. I think you'll have the time of your life.
I was
there.
trying to do that, actually. That's the funnier part. I actually tried. I thought my unit would be activated for this thing, but it didn't, unfortunately. I might be the poorest guy in my unit, to be honest.
Have you been?
I got updates on my housing situation. I should be moving into an apartment come this week because I called them on Thursday and they said they had just sent the background check to whoever does the background checks in Indiana. So I should be moving in sometime this week, maybe right before Christmas, actually.
Oh, that would be one hell of a present, folks, because there's nothing worse than being homeless over Christmas. And once you get things settled on the home front, and this goes for anyone, not just Gabriel. Once things get settled on the home front, once ingoings and outgoings are made clear, that's the perfect foundation to have some spare time to engage in some good old-fashioned content creation without alienating millions of blacks in the process. I've only done that once, not as digny as someone else. But I have the luxury about being more flexible about my identity here. Why? Because, sorry, Triton, barely anyone watched this show.
Well, not really. They do watch. It's just it takes time for them to come in sometimes, and
Who's
they
they?
also watch the VODs. That's why you see the viewership on the VODs go up.
It's all right. It's all right. That's what I like about underrated shows. You can be more relaxed. You don't have to be as professional. In fact, you don't have to deal with as many restrictions. Guys.
In fact, chat's also asking if Gabriel's GoFundMe is active or not.
Yeah, it's still active as far as I know. You could post it if you want.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I can.
Oh, yeah, the more the merrier. But of course, this character is not in favor of you giving money to homeless Americans, but this character is. Okay.
Yeah,
So
with the Dutch flag in the background.
Well, I red, white, and blue. I wanted to put some color.
Yeah, but
in.
I think that's more or less a Dutch flag, not too American.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yes, we need to bring back Batavia, man. We bring Batavia back, the world will become better. We need the Dutch East India Company.
You can never get white smoke. You can only get gray in the settings. But I appreciate everyone for being here. We do have 4 topics for today's show. We have our first topic is a political one. Our second topic is a technology one. Our third topic is laughing at a fat guy. And the fourth topic is about laughing at Indians. So we're going to start off with the first topic, which I'm just going to write down for. Is that 9.5 minutes we've been live? My eyesight is terrible.
Yep,
Yeah,
9.5 minutes we've been live.
Actually.
Thank you. I appreciate you all for helping me. One of my most lucrative donators was a blind person because they like the sound of my voice. If they had seen me, physically, because I look very similar to my avatar, they probably wouldn't have donated 500 Canadian dollars. Let's just put it that way. But the first topic is about Trump destroying Biden's Autopen as suddenly pardons get wrecked. Now, this sounds good on paper, folks, but the precedent of wrecking pardons is very dangerous. As much as we'd like to see Hunter Biden in prison for a whole range of egregious things, I've been a content creator now for over 4 years. I've been active in terms of a viewer for many years longer than that. I've always been an avid Trump supporter, but more and more over the past decade, he seems to be more a man of words rather than a man of actions, which is a damn shame. And well, I look forward to everyone's views on the topic because I'm not American, you see. Weisler, I think, is Canadian, but I always like to get an insider's perspective first, then an outsider's perspective. So we're going to start off with our host, Triton. What do you make of Trump destroying Biden's Autopen?
I think it's really good. But like Trump's just as bad as Biden a little bit. And honestly, it's like I feel like Trump. That's the thing. Him destroying the Autopen, like whatever Democratic leader that wins in 2028 is just going to bring it back. So it's like, is it really effective when it's just going to come back the next term? Because that's the thing with American politics. They destroy something, they get rid of something, then it comes right back when the other party wins.
Yep. And that's why it's so fundamentally important, folks, to understand that each group has their own strength and their own weakness. I think the biggest strength that the Democrats have is their ground game. They're like a chicken with its head cut off, whereas the Republicans are like a chicken with a head and no body. That is, who's going to win in such a scenario? The chicken without a head, because it's got the body to run around. I mean, the dead head is not going to move around without the body, okay? That's what we're dealing with here, right? We know camel toe is a fucking disaster. We know Gavin Newsom will probably shag everyone's wives while he's president, okay? But at least the demon rats, for all their faults, and they have so many faults, they have a core structure and organization that can run, whether there's a leader or not, whether they have a good candidate or a bad candidate. The same cannot be said for the Republicans. You could argue, although it's a bit debatable, that J.D. Vance is a potentially good candidate, especially compared to Camel Toe and Newsom. But the Republican ground game is fucking awful. What was that, Triton?
I said I disagree on J.D. Vance being a good candidate because J.D. Vance is America last, and I think he's just as bad as them. And it's not about like Republican or Democrat. Like the reason why I think J.D. Vance is a bad candidate because he doesn't care about our country, and I'm so tired of this two-party system in this country. I really am, because no party's better than the other.
Well, I will point out I'd rather someone who's India first than Israel first. But
I mean, that is true, but J.D. Vance is also Israel first, and that's why I never really liked him and think that he's going to betray us because he is Israel first.
I think I should clarify my position in regards to what makes a good candidate. I consider J.D. Vance to be a good candidate in comparison to Camel Toe and Newsom.
Oh yeah, 100%. Because those people are just too crazy. They don't even need to be in any position, especially Newsom. Newsom's just insane.
Do you imagine Camel Toe? Oh, what was that, Gabriel?
I just realized when you said Camel Toe, you talking about Kamala Harris.
Yes.
It took me a while to figure that out. Like, who the fuck is Camel?
Hey, I'm gonna show this chat because I agree with it. Glitch Hunter says, "Nah, they're all bad." That's my position. I think all these politicians are bad.
Well, let's consider that the people who founded the United States were businessmen and military men and scholars. None of them were politicians, folks. But that's a topic for another show or for another day, rather. I mean, my point in regards to this whole situation is we're dealing with a big problem. It's an egregious problem. We know what the problem is, and that I think too many people focus on it. I think what we need to focus on is the solution, which I believe is, you have the war on drugs, the war on crime, the war on this, the war on terror, that sort of thing. Why don't we have the war on politics, right? What
The
about
war on poverty.
the war on poverty? That's another example. What about the war on politics? It's not really discussed a lot because a lot of people aren't aware of this, but there is such a thing as anti-politics. Entering politics to destroy politics as a concept, right? I think the closest group of people to ever try and attain that in the US were the libertarians. Unfortunately for the libertarians, they're always too busy tearing each other to pieces rather than tearing down those that they actually oppose.
Yeah, I
And
know, right? Like that's a big problem with the Libertarian Party and the whole anti-Zionism movement is everyone's just too busy going after each other instead of what they actually want to go after.
And that's why I think, Titan, it's very important to go after not just the political people, but the political system, right? Not tackling the symptoms, but rather the disease, and in a sense, declaring war on politics itself. Because politicians, right? They're not a profession. Okay, doctors are a profession. You could say teachers are a profession. Politics is not a profession. Anyone can be a politician. In fact, everyone can be a politician. Very similar to that in journalism. I think journalism is a great example. Anyone in this day and age can be a journalist. Doesn't matter if they're a good journalist or a bad journalist or a biased journalist or an unbiased journalist. Anyone, thanks to the technology of the day, can be a journalist. Why can't the same be said of politics and politicians, right? You believe something, you campaign for that something, and if the majority of people support you, you get elected and carry out that something. Whether it's good, bad, fucking batshit crazy, that's the system we operate in.
Yep. And harking on the politics thing, I actually was planning on trying to run for mayor of Indianapolis, and apparently out in the Midwest, in the East Coast, it's harder. Out in the Midwest, all you need is a high school diploma, and you could live in the state for 1 year, and you could run for local politics.
And
That's
what
all you
people
need. You don't need a college degree or anything. Out east, you do, but
and what folks need to understand is if any genuine alternative to the Democrats and to the Republicans is going to manifest, it's going to have to manifest in towns, cities, and states with the lowest population, because the Electoral College is actually a fantastic way for a third-party organization to actually rise and take the presidency, right? If everything goes right, if you target the smallest states with the smallest representation, you only need a third of the popular vote, as in 33%, to actually win an election, which is very anti-democratic, but fuck the Democrats and their democracy. We believe in the republic, and we believe in the states, and that sort of thing. Yeah, that sort of mindset, because you appeal to local people. What was that?
Unfortunately, the popular vote doesn't mean shit here in America. You don't get elected based on that. You get elected based on the Electoral College, which is basically local affluent people who get picked for the voting for that year.
Exactly.
And they're the ones who get to choose. And they only get to choose, as far as I know, it's usually the two major parties. I think they could do a third party, but it's very rare that you see a third party win. In American history, and I'll do this very quickly. We had the Democratic Republicans. Yes, we did have a party called the Democratic Republicans. That was the party of Alexander Hamilton. Oh no, sorry. That was the party of George Washington. The party of Alexander Hamilton was the Federalists. The Democratic Republicans believed in the democratic system. The Federalists believed that the federal system should exist, which would mean that the federal government controlled everything and there was no state government. That never worked out, and then eventually the Democratic Republicans just became the Democrats, and in place of the Federalists, you end up having something called the Whig Party.
Mhm.
The Whigs were against slavery. The Democrats were for slavery. Then you had the break in that again, where the Whigs became what was called the Republican Party, and then you had the Democratic Party, and that's what we're up to today.
It's very interesting when you look at it that way, because history is very important. You look at this as an example. Look at the state of California. The biggest third party there are the Progressive Party, right? Even more left wing than the Democrats in California, and we can all admit that they're pretty left wing. Okay, I think everyone on this panel can agree with that. But they do quite well in terms of popular support, but they never get in because of how big the population of California is. Yet if they had that same level of support in a few of the Midwestern states, or in a few of those states with not a lot of people in, like Wyoming, the Dakotas, and a few others, right? Idaho, right? They'd have 3 or 4 states, because there's only a couple of 100,000 or a few low million in those states. The point is, though, if lasting change is going to happen, it's going to come from the smaller population areas rather than the bigger population areas. I mean, you go to any American city, right? What do you find? I'm an outsider looking in. I don't know about you, Gabriel, or Triton, or Footweenus, which is a funny name.
You go to any major city in America, you'll mostly see, let's see, usually the population is split between white and black, and usually they're usually poverty filled.
Mm-hmm.
In my experience, at least, because I went from a big city in New Jersey where we had poverty, to a big city in Indiana, which had poverty, to this big city in Ohio, which also surprisingly has poverty. But if you go to the smaller suburbs, you will see affluent individuals. You will barely see any freaking homeless. And besides that, you'll also notice that the rent is higher. I'm in a suburb right now outside the major city. You will see, if you go to the city, you'll see a lot of poverty-stricken individuals. But if you go to the suburb over here down and walk down this main street, you will see apartments that are $1,200 right on the main boulevard that separates from the major city, and you'll have poor people on the other side of the city, on the other side of the street.
Can I say something?
Sure.
So I've been trying to say stuff for a while now. So now I do know a couple of things. The history is written by the victor, right? In most cases, if not all. So what you were saying about in politics, right? Over time, I've come to find out that when it comes to politics, it's always been a shit show here in the U.S. And once one party abolishes something,
Whoever's typing, please mute yourself.
the party that comes in after that party that's complete opposite of them will literally just spend their first term undoing everything and anything that one party had stood for. They, even if it is beneficial to the American people, they do not give a single shit. They will literally undo everything. And most of the time, whether the Democrats or the Republicans, it does not matter. It is definitely both sides on this part. They will undo, redo. They will make everything go away that was beneficial towards the American people, because their point of view is that this is the opposite party. They did this, so we have to get rid of it. Oh my God, type mentality. And it's never like, oh wait a minute, this was helping them. Why don't we keep this? No, it's like, we gotta get rid of it now. Burn it all. And it's like we can never have a status quo of, wait, this stuff has been helping people. Why don't we try to build onto it and make it even better, or just leave it as is? Because as the wise words once said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Mm. Well, when I see, because I see this as an outsider looking in, of course, I know full well that my country is broken. So much so, I left that country for another country that is hell bent on breaking other people. That's why I live in Israel. Hey, what's better than being broken? Breaking other people. Okay, folks, right? I do find it very interesting. Because when both sides agree on something, it's usually not a good thing, okay? Usually it's, let's invade a foreign country, especially in America's case, okay? Iraq, Afghanistan, soon to be Venezuela, if not, it's already happened. Soon to be Iran. I mean, guys, if you thought Iraq and Afghanistan were bad, wait until Venezuela, the impact of invading Venezuela and Iran hit, okay? Because those two countries are far, far bigger, with far bigger populations, with far bigger problems than Iraq and Afghanistan. And they'll also put up more of a fucking fight, too, okay? Okay, and that's something I don't think many people are aware of. But when I look at the problems, right, everywhere, the problem is we're being governed by people who are completely out of touch, right? Physically, mentally, psychologically, in terms of age. You know, the average age of a nation's leader nowadays is in their 60s, right? The average age of a human being on planet Earth is in its 30s, right? So theoretically, we should have leaders in their 30s, not in their 60s. We're being governed by people who are stuck in the wrong century, stuck in the wrong mindset. And you look at the future, especially America's future leaders, they're going to be in between their 40s and 60s, right? So it is starting to go down now, but that's only because the previous generation are either dead or dying. They're Dianne Feinsteining. They're literally melting while in office. Okay?
I mean, we've seen this already with the Supreme Court. Back in Warren G. Hardy's cabinet, they were something called the 6 old men.
Yep.
And these people who were Supreme Court leaders were in their 80s and 70s. Trey and I covered that on our podcast.
Yeah, in fact, Muffin brought up a good point in chat. He said on the show the other night, Gabe said there needs to be an age limit on old people in office.
Oh, you know what the boomers would say to that? They'd be up in arms. They would. They honestly would. They'd literally fucking rebel if that came into practice. And it's great to see Thor. I hope you're doing well.
Oh,
okay?
Yeah, I'm not doing too bad.
Good. It's good to have you here. I mean,
nice to see somebody actually recognize what I said.
I don't want to surprise Tor by just popping in, but I think it's good to get an outsider's perspective, especially Canadians. Weisler, what do you make of what we've said so far?
I don't know. I'm not really into all that.
That is the smartest thing anyone's ever said on this network show. I don't know.
I said
That's
this.
the beginning
You
of
said
wisdom.
you said this on the other show too, when Plavity said I don't know. You said that's the smartest thing Plavity's ever said.
Yep.
But yeah, we do need an age limit. And not even that, man. It's kind of surprising that you don't see any young people get into politics. And when you do, you have cases like Vladimir Zelensky.
Yep.
Or in the case of Putin, I mean, Putin came in when, God, I think he was in his 30s when he got into politics.
Yeah, he got in real early, folks, real early, as the Soviet Union was falling to pieces in that respect. But I will make it very clear. You look at what's going on in Canada, right? They chucked out Trudeau because he was so fucking insane. Even his own people realized it. They replaced him with Mark Carney, who was former governor of the Bank of England actually knew what he was fucking doing and managed to defeat the Canadian Conservatives, who have the intellectual capacity of parsnips. Never be led by anyone called Pierre, folks. The French are not good leaders.
Wait. Carney was head of the Bank of England?
Yes.
That sounds like a
Wait,
conflict of interest.
Are there no restrictions on like whether you need to be a citizen of Canada to be a politician there? Because here in America, you have to be a citizen.
He is. He was a Canadian citizen who got selected to be governor of the Bank of England.
How the hell does that work? It's called the Bank of England. Shouldn't he be a citizen of the UK to be the governor of the Bank of England?
No.
What the
He can be a Commonwealth citizen, of which Canada is still part of the British Commonwealth. But the point is, he was governor of the Bank of England in the 2010s when the Conservatives were in charge. And then he went back to Canada to support the Canadian Liberals, took over from Trudeau. I told Americans this back when I wasn't a cartoon. Mark Carney is not a fucking moron like Trudeau is. He actually knows how to do things. No one believed me. And he fucking punted Pierre into the moon. And that's why Canada is still under liberal rule. And that's why it's still fucked. So there you go on that. All
right. I just want to say this. First off, I said some things in chat earlier. Like, I was talking about how the reason why we have this two political party system here in the United States is because the other political parties literally have no money. And you need lobbyists in order to run political ads and get attention.
What about the American-Israeli Party?
No one cares about them. They only care about Democrats and Republicans.
And I am back.
They don't even care about libertarians.
Aren't both the two parties both controlled by the Jews?
Probably.
Yep.
That's why there isn't an America-Israel Party. What a name that would be. Ape.
Maybe
AIP. Ape.
Maybe
Ape Party.
But yeah, because the other political parties don't have their own lobbyists, they're never going to win an election unless that changes.
Weissler makes a great point, though. I heard Netanyahu made his 5th visit to the United States in 2025 recently.
Oh, yeah, he did. Trump invited him, and they visited. I think it was like either last month or this month.
Here's a
that's what we fucking need
for our best friend here. Hopefully he comes to your country soon, Weissler, because how else do you think MAID got approved? But I think of all the egregious American politicians, Joe Biden has to rank high up. Okay, this is a guy who has been in the discourse for over 50 fucking years, right? And for most of his career, I'd say for the first 30 years of his career, it wasn't half bad. Especially that speech he made in the 90s about neighborhoods crawling with blacks and that sort of thing. You guys remember that?
Joe Biden is funny. Joe Biden
I saw his speech that he gave about integrating bus integration. And he literally said the N-word during that whole discussion, which was kind of funny.
Why didn't Trump just play that constantly during the campaign? It's like, this guy said a bad word. Cancel him, right? That's 2024, right?
Oh! You should hear about the Central Park 5, if you want to hear about that. Long story short, there were these 5 black kids in Central Park. Mm-hmm. They were just walking through Central Park. Some white woman got robbed, and the cops stopped them and accused them of doing it. They said, "We didn't do it," and they beat the shit out of them, got them to admit that they did it. And then they were going to be sentenced to life imprisonment for this because a woman nearly died. And Trump said in a newspaper report, I shit you not, you could look this up. He said they should fry in the electric chair because at that time New York had the death penalty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yep. And so that's why he never called out Biden on that, because if he called out Biden on that, they would have called him out with the Central Park 5.
By the way, Getler, your thing is echoing.
I know. I fixed it.
Let's see if you fixed it.
Why'd they actually elect a senile old man to control America though? Not that he is controlling America.
I think the easy thing is they make good puppets because they'll just do what the hell you say.
That's
Well, yeah,
true.
exactly. Gabriel makes a fantastic point there as the foot
Please
weaning.
keep yourself why you fixed it.
Their puppet fell off a bike. That's so embarrassing.
Hey, look, man, it's hard to operate a puppet while it's on a bike, okay?
That's true. That's true.
It's
Hey,
not
hey,
easy at
your
all.
puppet wore blackface, man. You don't have anything to
Dude,
say on that.
that's based though. That's like mogging. That's mogged every U.S. president. Literally,
Look,
blackface, Indian face, like he has all colors of the rainbow in his back.
Trudeau could literally get away with anything because of his connections. And yes,
and
he
he's
was
boning Katy Perry. That's crazy.
yes, yeah. Russell Brand and Justin Trudeau now have something in common. They've both gotten AIDS by Katy Perry. But I think it's
Yeah. And besides that, you also had a mayor of Toronto who smoked crack.
Dude, that's also super based.
oh damn.
And the press tours he went on saying, "I did not smoke crack," and then he had to inevitably admit to smoking crack.
And then he
But the
OD'd
videos-
and died from smoking crack. That's
Yeah.
the funnier part.
The video is so funny. The video of him smoking crack in that dingy room is crazy.
Well, he needs to essentially lean into it like Hassan did electrocuting his dog.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I mentioned electrocution and foot wiener sleeves.
He said he has to fix his mic, but he's gonna
It's
do
all
it.
right. It's perfectly fine. Do you know what else is perfectly fine? Having an Autopen just pardoning so many people.
I
Right?
know.
What
Like,
is an
what the fuck is
Autopen?
wrong with Trump?
And no, guys, I'll answer Gabriel's question. Right? What is an Autopen? It's exactly what it sounds like. It's like a printed signature, right? Just instead of signing multiple documents like manually, you do it automatically through like a stamped auto pen. And that's what Trump has accused Biden of doing for his pardons. Because, yeah, most of the signatures look exactly the same. Usually when
that's
you
a
write your
shame, man.
signature... What was that?
That's a shame. I've gotten like things from politicians. I thought they were signing that shit. They were just auto penning it. That's fun.
Well, it's very useful when there's like thousands, okay? When there's like lots of things, because it can take a while and it can take a lot of effort constantly signing documents.
I mean, it's still technically their signature.
Yeah,
All right, is it better, guys?
let's find out. Yes,
Yes.
Good.
there we go.
All right.
Good. Hopefully everything's fine in the foot wieners household. What a crazy group of creators, folks. Look at how many cartoons are on screen.
I know. You got a Raven
Yeah.
cartoon with the Christmas hat. Then you got a Jew cartoon, and then you got the star. Then you got Torrance Avatar, and then you got some. I think it's that Jack Black. What is that old man on Black Putin's Day?
That's Gabe
Dumbledore.
Newell.
That's
Head of
Gigatron
Valve.
Newell.
The people
Oh.
that run Steam.
Is that Jack Black?
And then you got a homeless man right here in the upper right
Yeah.
hand corner.
Upper right hand corner, we have Gabriel, the homeless man.
It's
Yeah.
so sad, folks, because the most sane looking person here is living in a shed. It's
It
so
could be
sad.
worse, man. I could be living in a car.
Oh damn. At least you got heating in a car. But folks, I want to get into this. This second topic is a bit more tech based, and it may not be as entertaining, but I think it's quite the serious topic. We'll get into 39 minutes. I think it's 39 minutes dead. 2.2 is Micron abandons RAM as AI focus means humanity last. Now, Micron is a company that specialized in essentially creating and selling cheap RAMs, cheap CPUs, and cheap GPUs, and they've decided to completely abandon that in favor of investing in AI development. Everyone's investing in AI now. And do you know what that means, folks? More expensive CPUs, more expensive RAM, everything tech-based costs more money.
Speaking of
I thought we were
investing in
going to go
AI,
Isaac Asimov with this and just go and have just a robot apocalypse.
Well, that could
speaking of
happen.
AI, my girlfriend suggested with the $22,000 I made to spend like 4,000 of it on AI stocks because she
Wait a
says
minute.
it's going to be the future.
Wait a minute. Breaking news. Breaking news. Torin has a girlfriend.
2 actually.
What?
It's
Are you
made up. It's
Mormon?
made up. It's like that girlfriend in Canada.
Oh no, it's not.
situation.
It's not made. It's actually not made up.
Does she go to a different school?
No.
They're grown up.
Oh, damn. Oh, low blow. God damn.
God damn.
I mean, they live in a different state, but yes, they're real.
Ooh.
No, I want to talk about this topic. So how are you two-timing, Torin? Two-timing
Oh
Torin?
no, I'm not two-timing. They happen to be bisexual, and they were both together prior.
What the fuck? Who the fuck starts a conversation
Okay, let's
like that? I
abandon the
took that
Micron
down.
topic. Let's talk
What
about
the-
this. Please explain.
One of them I've known since 2010, right? And I finally got the opportunity to get with her before, but there was a condition, and it was that I had to also get with her other girlfriend. So
What's her body count?
God.
They're not twins, are they?
oh no, they're not twins.
What's their combined body count?
Combined
I
body
don't
count.
ask them about that shit.
Well,
I'm
I
not.
will. I will. No, I just like to say that Torin, unless both these ladies look absolutely disgusting, Torin is a very lucky man. Other people, unless they are disgusting-looking creatures, I don't know. I haven't seen them.
I have a very
I mean,
important question,
they're-
actually, Torin.
Okay.
Have you started pissing fire since being with them?
I haven't got that far yet. Like I said, they
Okay.
live in a different state right now, and they're kind of stuck there because one of them has like a criminal charge on them, and they're
Oh,
stuck
wow.
there because of a freaking trumped up drug charges that was created falsely. Because
See, look,
the
Torin has two bitches, but one of them is incapacitated because
Wait.
of
Let me. I got a great one here. I'm assuming his girlfriends are Lindsay Lohan and Amanda Bynes.
no,
Damn.
no.
I know who Gabriel's girlfriend is, Ariana Grande.
So how much RAM did that cost you, Torin? How many megabytes? How many times did you log in and log out of those people?
Oh, I haven't done it with them yet. I can't right
What
now.
do you mean,
Oh
yeah?
man, careful,
my
careful.
God! What the fuck?
Torin, don't show them Gabriel's shed, okay? Gabriel will lure them
No,
away
no.
like before he can blink.
No, I am literally keeping this in the Micron discussion. So basically, you haven't rammed these bitches yet?
I
Oh,
can't.
You haven't merged
not yet,
CPUs?
not yet.
I told you I can't right now because they're stuck in Idaho.
Well, how long have you been in a relationship with these two?
Since 2023. Or
So,
actually
And
2022.
you never merge CPUs with them at all?
This doesn't look good.
That's because I've been trying to get them out here. I've even asked to pay for it. Problem
You're
is,
gonna fly them out?
yeah.
Oh wait, no,
Oh
Blix.
my
Will you let
God,
me
no.
You don't even know what viruses these
fuck up
these
and let me
PCs
finish.
got, dude.
Okay, let him finish. Let him finish. Go ahead.
Okay, so one of them has a freaking what's it called? Probation. And they can't leave.
Well, here's
should go to
an
them.
idea. No, here's an idea, a revolutionary idea.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking about going out to see them actually.
Yes.
Or you
I'm
Or
taking
you
them 2 weeks
log
off.
into their territory and then put your GPU in them.
or you could just bring them here via like DHL. Just
I
throw 'em
have
in a
no
box.
idea what that is.
Must be only Canadian shipping. Take them here UPS style, okay? Throw them in a big like shipping box, and then it should be okay.
Well,
So
I'll
I
tell
wish
you,
it worked like that.
I tell you this, folks. Most guys struggle to get a girlfriend. Torin's got two, but they're on the wrong side of the country,
Yeah, and
You
they're
just-
criminals. Yeah.
and one of them is a potential criminal. and the other one won't
I can
leave.
actually explain that story, but
I don't know
Okay.
if you should on stream because it's personal.
oh yeah, that's true. But it's not as cut and dry as you think it is.
That's
I mean,
perfectly
he can
fine.
he can explain after the stream though. I just
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
all right. Triton is protecting you, Torrin, because I make these into videos, so a wider audience will hear everything we've talked about, and
Yeah.
they're going to be very surprised when an AI conversation is tangented because some guy got two bitches. But I will make it very clear, folks. This focus on AI, right? In 2026, the United States combined is going to invest $1 trillion
Oh yeah.
in AI development. That is the equivalent of yeah, it does sound crazy, but it's the equivalent of 50 Manhattan projects in terms of raw revenue, right?
Yeah.
Everyone
AI
is
stocks
racing
are going to
towards-
rise up in price too, because that's literally what my girlfriend was telling me. Like,
Yep. It's a big problem. It's a big problem because without these innovations, without these upgrades, then the customers aren't going to get access to the best material. Okay.
yeah,
In fact, this drive towards AI development could well rather, considering Gabe Newell is here, kill the games industry off, because the games industry is heavily reliant on advanced CPUs and GPUs for the latest and greatest games. They aren't going to be able to do so well if it costs $700 for the latest CPU and $2,500 for the latest GPU, top of the line, because it's all getting used to fucking mine Bitcoin or to make algorithms faster. It's ridiculous.
All right. I have something to say about this because
Sure.
this topic really pisses me off.
Oh,
Being
good.
a devout PC owner because I hate console. But here's the thing, and this is ironically funny, right? So you got the council people praising this as, well, PC's going to go to shit and we're going to be okay.
doesn't that affect them too?
Yes, that's the thing. It's going to massively affect them. It won't, because
It's going to increase console prices.
oh no, it's not just going to increase them. It's going to make them so you can't even purchase them.
Oh
If
yeah,
you
totally.
can't get the parts for a PC, what do you think's going to happen to the console market? So this is going to destroy PC gaming, console gaming, and any other devices. Because obviously, if you didn't hear, Samsung, that they make phones, they've decided to go towards AI. So they're not even investing in phones anymore. That's the thing. They decided to throw away their mobile division, Samsung. They decided to throw away their mobile division for the latest in AI. So they're no longer, making phones as much as they are used to. And I have Samsung phone, so that means, will I stop getting updates? Probably. I'll stop getting, like, if my phone shits the bed, I won't be able to get another Samsung phone because either it's going to be a jacked up price for a basic version, or do you not see how AI is destroying everything that we've had thus far? It is insane to, and it's like, if I'm not mistaken, it's a bunch of companies that are so corrupt that they're just giving handouts to each other rather than being more or less like AI on itself is not bad technically. It's the companies that run this AI and they're all a bunch of it's like a Ponzi scheme or some bullshit like that, where they're giving handouts to each other, or IOUs to each other rather than innovating. And it's no longer about, okay, we'll give money towards this problem if you'll do this for me. And it's no longer about, okay, well, we've run into a dead end. Let's try to innovate to find a way past this. No, we'll just slap money towards it with an IOU, and eventually it's just going to combust, and the market is going to shit the ever-living bed, and we're no longer going to be able to afford anything because all the prices for every gadget, every RAM, every thing out there is going to be so damn high that you're going to want to hold on to what you have, and you're not going to want to buy.
Well, let's go into. Let me race swap myself and go into Candace conspiracy theory avenue. Okay, folks. Okay. What if this whole effort to make, the next .com bubble, the AI bubble burst, what if that is being used as a means to stop AI development? Make this great big bubble, it then pops, it all crashes, AI crashes, the market crashes, and as a result, everyone hates AI. It's AI's fault we have rising energy prices. It's AI's fault that we can't get the latest and greatest CPUs and GPUs. It's AI's fault the games industry is falling apart, and it creates this xenophobia, this rightful xenophobia, which then causes us to reject artificial intelligence in most of its forms, and that way, the you own nothing and be happy crowd will be completely fucked. Maybe that's the plan, folks, to stop AI. Make it a gigantic bubble that bursts, and then everyone hates it for causing a financial crash.
I have a better theory. You remember cloud gaming? Remember how
you say that as if it doesn't exist anymore.
It still exists.
See, you're catching on. You're catching on what I'm going to put down. Okay, so it didn't go anywhere. In fact, behind the scenes, it's being pushed a hell of a lot more than you realize. That's the thing. If you ever wondered, why is it that Steam, okay, what does Steam, what does Xbox, what does Sony, not so much Nintendo to a point, have in common until now with the Switch 2? What do they all have in common? What do these stores have in common?
They're digital only, of course.
Yep.
Okay. So with AI's push, right? And you no longer be able to own your own computer. How about that? How about instead of you being able to buy the parts you want, customize it the way you want, you're only able to get a pre-built. But here's the thing. Here's the kicker. It only has a cloud drive. And it has a certain type of RAM. You can't upgrade it. And you always have to be connected to online. Wouldn't that get rid of a lot of competition? Wouldn't that get rid of a lot of headache for these manufacturers? Wouldn't that allow you to
control? Exactly.
Wouldn't that very easily be able to say, fuck you to the consumer, and either you play on whatever we develop, or you just won't play at all?
So basically, every PC becomes an Xbox One.
I mean, It's kind of already going that way with fucking Microsoft Copilot and the fucking cloud or OneDrive shit. Thankfully, you can uninstall those on Windows 11.
until
Well,
they
they
come
could've
with
called-
an update
So
stating you have to
yeah,
have.
they try to force you to install them again, though I've noticed. But I just usually say maybe later.
Yeah, but what are they
Maybe
going to call the next Windows? Windows 13?
Yeah, Windows 12 or 13, whatever's next, they'll probably try and make it mandatory and remove the function to uninstall it.
Mm-hmm.
If I know how they are, which I do, they
But,
want to spy on you.
Oh, they
If
love
I-
spying on people. This show is getting spied on. We're all on watch lists.
If I
Oh,
could refer you,
Okay, feds, can you guess what I'm doing now? I'll give you a hint. My hand's moving up and down.
See, look, I knew it was masturbation.
so
No wonder why we on the walk.
if I could refer you to a video that basically outlines stuff, and
Also, hold on a sec. Also, Muffin and Thunder are fighting in chat.
Well, they're fighting
Let
over
them
the
fight.
topic.
Let them fight. Let them.
I've just it's been amusing to watch.
so there is a bigger content creator that had hypothesized this theory, and basically that's how I figured everything out. And his name is Oh No, It's Alex. I highly recommend
Oh
it.
yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, see, Torn knows. It is one of his latest videos. Basically, goes to show that you don't trust industry. Just don't trust it because it will always happen like this. And the different moves in innovation for AI have basically screwed over, if not already screwed over, us into a cloud streaming type setup that is going to be perpetuated moving forward.
Oh, we're in a cloud right here, folks. Ooh, hello, cloud. But let's get the silent Canadian's perspective, huh? What do you make of all this?
Sorry, could you rephrase that? I was busy on my other monitor doing something.
What was that? What was that something?
I think
I'm prepping for
yeah.
something else later, but
Yeah, prepping for his Tonight Show on his channel.
Oh, well, good luck with that, my good man. We were just talking a little bit about how AI is pushing up the prices of not only CPUs and GPUs, but it's going to essentially allow corporations to be all corporation-y and essentially buttfuck the consumer, also known as the customer. What do you make of that?
yeah, I remember back when I was first building a PC, like probably the first time I ever tried building a PC, I bought two 16 gigabyte sticks of Vengeance RAM for like around $30 Canadian. And now I've only seen RAM sticks go for like over $500. So I'm praying the bubble pops sometime soon. That would be nice.
Got to.
Yeah. Because RAM should not be like $600, $700, man. That's terrible.
Especially not when it's supposed to be entry level for
Exactly.
new generations.
It was the first thing I bought when I was gathering all my supplies to build a computer. It was RAM, the first one I bought, and then I think it was the power supply. Like, this is embarrassing.
It's like I go to the store. How much is 4 gigabytes of RAM? £200. It's like, what the fuck? Seriously, it's getting that insane. Gabriel's gone AWOL. I think the shed must have just attacked him or something. But
Either that or he's probably dealing with something in person or something.
That's all right. That's all right. But the point is, folks, for Micron to essentially be like, we ain't selling cheap, user-friendly CPUs, GPUs, and RAMs anymore. We're going to focus on AI. It's a symptom of a wider problem. And that problem is we're not seeing humanity first. We're seeing humanity last, right? Americans are going to be replaced by Indians. We'll get to that a little later. and then the Indians will get replaced by American-made robots, who will then get replaced by Indian-made robots. So essentially the same thing, but they'll smell. Okay? That's what we're dealing with. That is
How
the
can
brave
robots
new world
smell
we're
if they
in.
don't have a nose?
What was that?
How can robots smell if they don't have a nose?
No, they smell badly.
I know.
I had to snap my own nose off because no one would collaborate with someone as big of a nose as I had. Okay. But when we look at this situation, we all know how this is going to end, folks. If we keep going down the AI rabbit hole, it will only lead to one logical outcome: the annihilation of the human race, one way or another, whether it's through nuclear fire or all of us turning into the Borg. Look, annihilation is annihilation.
JPM says you should read that Hideous Strength by C.S. Lewis. It talks all about this.
I recently got into a thing where I learned about an AI VTuber named Neurosama.
I'm telling you this. We appreciate everyone in chat. However, this is a panel of cartoons. We are not reading. We ain't reading shit.
Anyway,
Okay.
this AI regularly threatens her creator and like says pretty unhinged shit, and
Yes.
it's pretty damn funny.
Yes, because what underscores AI today? Large language models. What's a large language model based upon? Predicting the next word. So yeah, they can get real fucking radical, real fucking quick. Okay? It's essentially a reflection of ourselves. And I think that's as triumphant as it is terrifying. As Gabriel is back.
Totally.
Sorry, guys,
he's
I
all
had
right.
to change socks and all that because it's cold in his shed, and if you don't change socks, you'll end up getting trench foot.
Okay, well, we appreciate you coming back, Gabriel. We're just we're on the edge of tying this topic up in a bow because I want to laugh at Boogie2988 raging. But to really tie a bow on this topic, I'm all for humanity first. I'm not in favor of the machine. I'm not in favor of AI development in any way, shape, or form. Ideally, I want to be for my own people, then humans as a whole, then the fucking clankers, okay? But it would be a really difficult decision between saving a robot and an Indian because, you know, the Indian is human, obviously, so it makes it superior to the robot, but the robot is clean. The Indian is not clean. So I'm like, do I save the human but risk getting fucking cholera? Or do I save this soulless machine and not get fucking cholera? Not sick myself to death like most Indians do, okay? But we'll get to that topic. Yeah, we save the robot. We save the white robot.
The white robot.
Bro,
We save the white robot, and then we see a little panel that says "Made in Israel," and then we chuck it into the river, and then it blows up. So yeah, the third topic, I'll write that down for an hour, 3 minutes, and 30 seconds. Now, this third topic, we're just gonna laugh at this situation, folks, because it's about Boogie. About Boogie2988, right? We're going to explore this creator.
Oh, wow. I haven't heard that name in a while.
He was once the Mr. Rogers of YouTube, folks, and now he is batshit crazy.
He is nothing but Keemstar's little bitch boy for Lockout Live.
Killer Keemstar, ladies and gentlemen. He is one merciless bastard. I'll tell you that right here.
Oh yeah,
right
we got a whole Google Doc on that shit.
Yeah, but I've been watching this clip of Boogie crashing out. It was from last year, okay, and he hasn't gotten any better. But every time I watch this, it always puts a smile on my face. It always makes me laugh. I don't care if it's real or if it's fake or whatever that bullshit is. one thing's for certain: I found it pretty entertaining. I found it pretty funny, and I want to spread that entertainment and funniness with you guys. So I'm just gonna share my screen real quick. Shush, be quiet, Boogie. Not yet. Not yet. Rage later. I'm just gonna share my screen. Okay. Hopefully
I'm
that.
probably gonna go
later.
through his shorts and end up with a segment called Torun's Girlfriends, probably.
Yep.
Oh, I know this one. I love this one. Okay, let's go. Let's do this.
Good. Very good. Now I'm gonna play it in 30-second intervals. Just to be safe, because you know what YouTube is like. But I'm just gonna play it in 30-second intervals, and after every half a minute, we'll get, first impressions. So let's start.
Why don't you just tell the
I
audience?
don't want to destroy human life. Because I don't want to destroy someone's fucking life. Because I don't want to destroy somebody's life. Because I don't want to destroy somebody's life. Because I don't want to destroy somebody's life.
Okay.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. No, I don't. I'll
you just
destroy
said
mine
here,
all day. I'll destroy mine all day. I'll destroy mine all day. And my dad is dead. And my mom is dead. I'll talk about those pieces of shit till they're fucking rot.
Yeah, but
I will
Chad
not
and
talk
Desi
about
aren't dead.
still fucking alive. I will not.
Okay, it's been 30 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to tell everyone straight up. I look, apart from the weight, of course, I look quite similar to Boogie. Okay? Don't blame it on the sunshine. Don't blame it on the moonlight. Don't
Honestly,
blame it
he
on
looked
the
better
good
with short
times.
hair. He should have kept his hair short.
Blame it
why
on
is
the
he
Boogie.
crashing out?
Yeah,
Huh?
Boogie.
Oh yeah, Boogie's crashing out. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah.
why?
Basically,
Oh, this was last year. This was about, the abuse. Oh, my mental health. Oh, I'm in constant pain. Folks, in 2018, right, Boogie2988 in 2018 made nearly $500,000 US in 2018. That was his last really good year. And from 2018 until 2021, this fatty corpuscle spent $200,000 on hookers in 3 years. He could have literally paid off his mortgage with that, but no, he's going to spend it on hookers.
Wait. I want to hear the update on this. Wait, what do you mean hookers? He actually legitimately spent it on hookers? He said that?
Yes, on whores. Yeah, over a 3-year period, 200,000. In fact, there was a documentary about Boogie in which one of the hookers who engaged with him literally left sex work because she whored herself out to Boogie. Yeah.
But
So
wait, so does he still live in West Virginia?
No, I think he lives in Arkansas.
Because I remember him when he first started, he was living in West Virginia, and he had talked about how his father had died of black lung, and I think his mother had lung cancer or some shit.
Speaking
Oh,
of
yeah,
ruining
he
life,
wanted
you should
to-
know all about that Keemstar.
Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to his mother and father and the apparent abuse, but yeah, it's a sad day when Wings of Redemption is the most reasonable person on a panel.
I know
Okay.
Wings is more reasonable than Boogie and Keem. Keem's not even
Wait,
interacting.
Wings-
He's just sitting there. Like I feel like Keem's useless.
Was it Wings or Boogie that did the fucking crypto scam with his ugly ass girlfriend?
Boogie? It was Boogie that did that.
Oh, wow. I haven't seen these guys in years, man. I used to watch them in high school.
Well, this is
Holy
from last
shit.
year, but I can tell you none of these people have changed in the past 12 months. Keemstar definitely dyes his beard, okay?
And all
Definitely.
that, but none of them are. I'm gonna be real. None of them are funny. They're all boring pieces of shit. Keem, Boogie,
Well, they're
Wings,
funny.
all
They're
count
funny to
live
some.
is dumb.
Well, Triton, they're funny to some people. That's why I brought this up, because I found this fucking hilarious.
No, I found
Okay,
the crash out funny, but it's like it's only when it's only when Boogie crashes out is when the show's entertaining. Other than that, Keemstar and Boogie, they cannot be entertaining themselves. So they have to use Keem and Wings, so they have to use Boogie to crash out in order for the show to gain traction.
But let's play the next 30-second clip.
We talked about it. We made an agreement, and I'm not going to do that for Internet Cloud. I'm not going to do that so the Keemstar can jerk off to it. No, thank you. We're not here for the fucking audience to get off on.
Understand that you talk
destroying
loud.
somebody's
That doesn't
fucking
mean
life.
shit.
Your goddamn Internet Cloud. This is not a topic I will cover for Internet Cloud.
Nobody's talking about that copper. Here's what I'm trying to talk to you about, Mr. Talk Loud.
Later.
You're on a lot of medicine, Boogie. Is any of those medicines an SSRI?
Go fuck yourself.
Okay, that was actually 31 seconds, but there's a reason I did the extra second. Okay, now an SSRI, folks, is essentially anxiety and depression medication.
But my thing is, if Boogie didn't want to talk about this on the show, why is he even on there? Why couldn't he just leave the panel?
Well, apparently, Triton, the whole thing that made LOLcow Live happen was, of course, Keemstar brought in all these prominent creators who had fallen on hard times, who got basically turned into LOLcows, and he pitched it as, Avengers assemble for LOLcows, right? So that they can all be on panel shows together. Everyone donates to them, being all insane, and then they can split the money and get thousands upon thousands a month. Okay, and for the first year, they did a very good job of doing that, but now it's a bit long in the tooth.
Imagine degrading yourself to do this shit. Seriously.
Yeah, imagine
people
selling
more.
yourself to do this shit just for cash. It's like, I would never do this shit for even if it's $1 million. I would never make myself look like a disgrace like that.
Well, shit, dude. I mean, look at me. Look at me. I've had people offer me money and I've turned it down just because, like, I just didn't want to be a friggin' burden. Like, I don't want to go and just take people's money just because,
I would rather be on Fish Tank than LOLcow Live.
Yeah, I'd rather be on at least Fish Tank live. Fish Tank's more funny, and not only that, but they don't make you like into like the most evilest pieces of shit like LOLcow Live does.
Well, that depends on if you have TTS on your side or not. Honestly,
well, folks, I just want to let everyone know. In Keemstar's case, he wins regardless. Okay, folks, he wins regardless of the situation. That's why he set it up. The house always wins in that regard. But I've collaborated with a few creators who've been on LOLcow Live. 8-Bit Eric, who else? Melanie Mac.
Ew, 8-Bit Eric, I hate him.
Who else? There was one more. It was Camelot 331, who got charged back $20,000 by YouTube.
Hey, wait. On that real quick. Is he okay? Is he gonna be okay?
He's remortgaging his house.
Okay.
And if it keeps happening, then he'll probably lose his house. It's a big problem, and if it becomes prevalent among prominent creators, this show will probably be the most popular show in our fucking community because we have a budget of 0. We don't take donations. At least I don't think we do. Do we, Triton? Do you accept money?
I mean, I accept it on Cash App, but no, I do not have stuff set up yet. And we're not monetized until we hit the 500 sub mark. Meaning, if you want to make money, subscribe to the channel.
Well, he's only about a dozen subs away from 500, so check out Triton's channel, okay?
Which is the channel we're on. Hit the
but yeah, the chargeback problem is a potentially big problem, but thankfully it hasn't spread like a disease. Speaking of spreading like a disease, Boogie, please continue for the next let's say 30 seconds.
I will divulge no more medical information to any of you motherfuckers.
This is you ain't got to tell me what it is. Like, there's a bevy of medicine.
Go fuck yourself.
Because you need to be on an SSRI.
Bro,
because like
just
you
stop.
should not have this
Wings, stop. Just stop.
A few moments later.
Why don't you say what you want to say about the situation?
I want die. That's
my God.
what I say over and over and over again. I hate being alive. I hate being alive. I hate breathing. I hate being alive. I'm in tremendous pain. I'm in tremendous pain. Help me, help me, help me. I'm in so much pain. I'm in so much pain. I'm in so much pain.
How is yelling helping you?
Yeah, how is yelling helping you? And not only that,
apparently,
he
folks,
did lie because he said he's never going to give these people his medical information again. That's a bullshit lie. Next week, he's going to give them more information about his life.
We hopefully you can all hear me, folks, because my system went kaput just for a second. But hopefully you can all hear me.
Yes, I can hear you. Still.
Good. That's very good. Just to provide context, okay, folks. Boogie, over the past year that we know of, he has been heavily reliant on certain pain medication, and he is quite frankly addicted to it. One example would be tramadol. I don't know if anyone's heard of tramadol on the panel.
I have. I've been on it.
Well, Gabriel, could you briefly describe what tramadol?
If I remember correctly, I do believe tramadol is like a synthetic opioid. I think.
Yeah.
And it's very addictive unless if you're in actual pain, it's not actually addictive. It won't actually give you the high.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are addicted to it, it's usually because you're not actually in pain. I was on that for a short time period. I had what was called pericarditis from the COVID shot.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had heart pain. And unfortunately, first they tried with they used, what was it, aspirin, but I forgot what type of aspirin it was. It was some freaking brand name. Wasn't a store brand name. It was high. It was a high dosage. And along with that, they did try to give me tramadol, but I didn't want to do any more of that because it's highly addictive, and addictiveness runs in my family. My father used to be a heroin addict, so I got off it.
Essentially, well, I will say, Gabriel, essentially in Boogie's case, he's addicted to pain meds.
Well, yeah, because he's not actually in pain. He's not in actual physical pain. He's having mental pain, I do believe, because there's no way in hell that he's actually in physical pain, because if that was the case, that they would be doing something.
He wouldn't be gyrating around like the fucking Creed maker from Doom Dark Ages.
Yeah, he would be knocked out because that stuff knocks you out. And if he's not knocked out, one, either he has gotten so used to the dosage that he's now addicted to it, or he's not in physical pain and there's no need for said medication.
Well, speaking of medication, this guy needs medicating mentally.
Oh, he definitely needs some sort of SSRI.
Oh yeah, he needs to calm the fuck down. Of course, there are those who say that this is all an act; it's all for entertainment. You know, I'm not that cynical yet, folks, but you never know. You never know. But
he might be because he's been complaining about that. When I was in high school, I was watching him, and he was complaining about being in tremendous freaking pain back then.
Yep. I mean, his teeth aren't even real, and he says, "Oh, my teeth hurt, but I haven't had teeth since 2019." It's like, dude, get your story straight. But folks, it gets even crazier.
Okay, let's get off the internet. Let's just get off.
What do you want me to talk about instead? What do you want me to talk about instead?
I'm not. This goes back to like last night. You're not mentally fit to be on the show. It's irresponsible.
No, what did you want to talk about? Anything but the abuse. What are you doing with my play button?
It's not.
Chris talking about 4-year-old girls.
Sorry, what?
I got a question.
And by the way, I know you can't talk about your sister. You said you would talk about your dad and mother all day.
Oh, I'm just gonna pause it because it's like the crescendo, folks. Right? As you can see, Keemstar is clearly baiting Boogie to get a reaction out of him. Okay, because this is what Keemstar does all the time. When you're the main guy behind something called Drama Alert, you know how to bait and switch people. He's been doing this for a very long time. I think most of the people on the panel are.
And just like what chat said, Boogie takes the bait every single time. Boogie's so easy to bait.
Keemstar is literally what's wrong with modern drama commentary. because
Yeah,
everyone
he
tries
really
to be
is.
like him.
And going
And
back
it's
to what you
caused
said
a
earlier,
reduction of quality in the drama commentary content as a result.
going back to what you said earlier, YouTube can charge back the money that you get paid.
Yes, up to I think it was 4 months, which is why Camelot 331 got charged back about $20,000, which has led to him remortgaging his house.
And why? What reasons can they give for doing that?
Any reason.
Any reason?
Any reason within a 4-month period to charge back.
So you're telling me that if we were to monetize our channel, they could charge back that money and take it away from us?
Yep. Say for example, a donator donates $100 a month for the next 4 months. That's $400, and you've spent all that, right? You spent most of that, okay?
Yeah.
And then you could charge it back, and then you owe YouTube $400. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's fucking terrifying. Thankfully, it's not prevalent. It's only an isolated incident, but the
Did Camelot say why?
Oh, it's quite simple as to why someone charged back about 4 months worth of donation.
Oh, so basically they were like, ah, shit, I didn't mean to do this. I was drunk, and charged back, and money got taken away.
Yeah, but there's a theory, Gabriel, that could be used as a weapon against problematic creators who haven't been deplatformed, which leads to, because a lot of creators spend what they earn, for lack of a better term, relatively quickly. It's a very in-go, out-go sort of profession, if I want to use that term. So a 4-month chargeback could probably wipe out 90% of monetized creators.
Does that happen with sponsors as well, or that just happens with donators?
No, it just happens with donators. Sponsors have to tell you months in advance when they're gonna pull out and pull away. Otherwise, there's a great big backlash. But who the fuck would sponsor LolCow Live? No one. But here's the crescendo part, folks.
So will you address those issues? Because
yes, my mother twisted my fucking balls as part of the abuse, and she twisted my balls and my dick, and she told me that sex was disgusting and awful, and she told me that only disgusting, awful people had it.
Okay, but then well, let's not talk about any of it.
Okay, folks. Thoughts?
Okay. I wasn't expecting that. If I had my cup of coffee in my hand, I would have dropped it.
Boogie's so easily baited. It's like that's the thing. Like he said.
So his mother abused him by saying sex was awful, and she twisted his balls and his dick.
Ow!
I have a hard time believing that actually happened, but I mean, it could have happened. I wasn't there, but wow.
Sorry to interrupt you, Gabriel, but it's a very egregious accusation, and it's not the most egregious, which is why I paused it so quickly, because now we're going to move on to the allegations of his father's abuse.
Oh, God, no.
No, my dad fucking masturbated in front of me and showed me pornography and asked me if I want to join in and encouraged me to touch him, and I fucking did! I did! I fucking did! I fucking did! I fucking did!
No.
There! Can we be done? Can we be done with it? Can we be done with it?
We're done.
Okay, folks. That's a pretty vivid expression of the situation. That I didn't laugh at. The first bit about the mother's abuse I did laugh at because I found it humorous in a dark way. But that, even for me, was crossing a line.
Yeah, I'd say that Boogie is easily baited. He's also on very many scales. He's easily triggered, which honestly, I don't see how Desi puts up with it, but they did trauma bond, so that's a whole issue.
She's clearly being emotionally abused. Okay, folks. Right?
Yeah.
She's clearly being emotionally abused. She's half the age of Boogie. Okay, which is a bit of a red flag in my personal.
Wait. What do you mean half the age? How old is his girlfriend?
20, 22, and he's like
how old is
50 odd. 50 odd, 51, 52, around that age range.
Damn, I thought he was in his 30s.
God,
I didn't realize he was that old.
Damn, bro, you don't even see that age range in the gay community. What the fuck? Boogie is essentially Leonardo DiCaprio.
Well,
it's true.
Oh, damn. Who the fuck was that? But yeah, essentially, she was like a fan who was attracted to him. For lack of a better.
You should see how old Keemstar's girlfriend is and how old he is.
Oh,
you know
damn.
what's crazy? It's like both Keem and Boogie have like 20-year-old girlfriends.
Yeah.
It says Keemstar's girlfriends are actually hot.
I said this before. This world, every day it makes me go and say, damn, I wish I was in a different time fucking period.
I'm gonna be real because I've actually had interactions with Brantley. Brantley is an ugly bitch and she's a cunt. She is not.
Well, unfortunately, I'm gonna let the lunatics run the asylum because my father is calling me, despite the fact that I told his Jewish ass that we were going live.
Well, seems like we're running it, but yeah, no. Honestly, Keemstar's girlfriends are not even. Well, his last ex, his baby mama, she was hot, but Brantley, nah, she ugly as
What
fuck.
the fuck, bro? What the fuck's up with these content creators you guys keep bringing me on to talk about? Why the fuck are they so mentally fucked up?
Because this is a mentally fucked up generation we live in.
Dude, what the fuck, man? We've so far with the content creators you've had me go and review. You have Boogie, who's I guess Leonardo fucking DiCaprio mixed with fucking God, what's his name? Who was Iron Man? I can't remember the guy who played Iron Man. The
I
actor.
can't right now either. I know who you're talking about though.
Yeah. Fuck. I had
Robert
the name.
Downey Jr. That's his name.
Yeah. So he's Leonardo DiCaprio mixed with Robert Downey Jr., the fucking former drug addict. Then you have Keemstar, who. What is Keemstar's story? What makes him insane?
He basically like used to talk hella trash on like the internet, and now like he basically tries to silence people that call him out. He's basically just a Jew rat.
Okay, so he's just a troll. That's not bad. Okay, what about Wings of Redemption?
Disgusting.
Wings of Redemption. I think he used to joke about watching CP like 2010 and shit. Like
Okay. So that's fucked up. And then we covered that one guy who got swatted.
Oh, Ice Poseidon?
Yeah. What about him? What fucked up shit has he done?
I think Ice Poseidon's just a troll. Wiselow knows more about that than me because that was on Kingstar Radio.
Okay. So that's normal. And then what about that other guy we had talked about who was painting his nails? Has he done anything fucked up?
I mean, that guy is just a cringe ass loser. He ain't nothing important. He's just a cringe loser that is into like lolicon and stuff like that.
Painting your nails is fucked up. Okay, if you're a man, you paint your own nails. Hang yourself.
Well, a lot of the commentary.
I have an opinion
hold on.
that
Wait, Gabe, hold on. A lot of the Dingy, you just told the entire commentary to hang themselves because they think that men painting nails is cool and based and funny.
Yeah.
Who are these people?
And besides that, I paint my nails.
Side with.
Granted, I don't do it to a degree where I make it like gay colors, but I do use dark colors when I do paint my nails.
Yeah, but that's for heavy metal stuff. When the stuff we're talking about.
Well, no, it's just shit. Because I just like it's.
You're comparing
like
apples and oranges, though. You're comparing apples.
Yeah. It's a therapy thing. As a matter of fact, I was actually going to get some Death Note stuff
done. I have a question for Digi?
Dingy.
Can't you Americans say a fucking
Wait, Digny?
yes?
Yeah,
It's
Ask the
okay. He's not
question.
American. He's a Tennessean. They can't
It's
speak.
fucking mind-numbingly annoying. But go on.
Digny, okay, focus for a minute. I wanted to know, what is your take on Melanie Mack? Because you've had an interaction with her.
That's off topic.
It may
Okay.
be off topic, but it's a question I'll answer. She went from moderate to radical real quick when the opposition chucked her out. And that's why she became radical. That and the fact that her boyfriend might have been fucking bisexual. Maybe that's why she doesn't like gay
Wait.
people.
Is she white Candace Owens technically? Because that's how because Candace Owens
No.
started out, and then the
Melanie
opposition-
loves the Jews.
Oh, okay.
Loves them. She hasn't. She's not that.
So she's so she's different kind of conservative. She's
Yeah.
basically for like MAGA and the Jews and all that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. She's only a step away from that, but she's not. She's not the white Candace Owens. Okay.
Not
Not
yet.
a
I
big
mean, you
head.
never know. You do know Candace did start out liking the Jews as well when she
Yes.
first became conservative, but then it's only a matter of time for Melanie Mack to literally be white Candace Owens.
Well, I'll tell you this, guys. I tell you this: most creators start off as moderates, right? Look at Boogie. He started off as the moderate, okay, the Mr. Rogers of YouTube, and now he's fucking nuts. So what does that tell you?
I like that accent when you say that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
But
it's only
thank
people
you
from the
for
British
your
Isles who can make the
Nah.
drama sound so funny.
Can we roast Indians now?
Yes, let's do this shit.
There we go. Let's roast Indians.
Wait,
Okay.
which type of Indians are we talking about?
The
Red
ones
dot
that
Indians?
poo
Or,
everywhere.
wow,
1
wow.
hour, 30.
We're talking about the ones that smell like hash browns, dude.
Is
And
is
call
that
your
31?
phone aggressively to scam it.
How long have we been live?
We've been
Hour and
live
a half.
for an hour and 31 minutes and 28 seconds.
Good. My eyesight is fucking appalling.
I think we're on the last topic now, the internet Indian
yes.
theory.
I think we all have fucked up eyesight. Wait, does Weisler wear contacts or glasses?
No.
But
No?
yes.
What about you, Toron?
All right, let's
I'm
stay
wearing
the
reading
topic.
glasses.
Let Dingy lead it. All right,
No,
go
it's
ahead,
all right.
Dingy.
It's all right. You stare at a screen long enough, of course you're going to need glasses or contacts. But let's talk about the Indian internet theory as Akshit Puja gets exposed. Okay, that's a literal Indian name.
Act shit.
What
Blue
the
Jack.
fuck?
Akshit Puja.
Hat
Oh, I
shit
thought
Puja?
Yes, Akshit is a well-known Indian first name, and Puja is a well-known Indian last name. Stick them together, it's Akshit Puja.
I like Act shit Pujak better.
I like hat shit Puja though.
Yeah, well, I'll make this very clear, folks. Everyone talks about the dead internet theory, despite the fact that over the past 20, 30 years, the internet has gone from being exclusively Western to being completely international, okay? The Indians and the Orientals make up about a quarter of the world's population combined, okay? Maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration, but there's a lot of them, right? A good chunk of humanity is only in two countries, right? The Yellows and the Indians. Big problem. We've seen an influx of Indians on the internet. Look at T-Series, right? You guys heard of T-Series? It's like this big Indian music conglomerate.
Yes, wasn't T-Series the one that PewDiePie was competing with for the most subscribers in 2018?
Yes. Yes, and he lost.
I
And
know
the
he
reason-
lost to an Indian company. That was very funny.
Well, we have to understand that India has a massive population, and T-Series have essentially covered the entire Indian music industry, right? They lockstep control that shit, especially for the international market. And what we need to consider is that the dead internet theory is getting undermined because of the fact more and more Indians are on the internet, okay? And this became a big breaking news story recently when X were revealing people's locations, and a lot of prominent names were from India. It was a big story. I think it was a few weeks back. Right, all these big accounts were non-American, and a lot of them were Indian.
Either
Okay?
Indian or Nigerian.
Exactly, or Israeli. But come on, guys, where's the energy? Eh? Come on, Torin, where's your energy? Where's your two girlfriends' sex energy? Come on.
Which I think Blackpool and Weisler both said they wanted to talk in the segment, yet both of them are muted. What the hell?
I have no idea. But what I can tell you, Triton, is that this is a big issue because of the fact that the Indian lobby wants to control the United States. Right? They want these H-1B visas. They want to flood America's intelligentsia with Indians. Vivek Ramaswamy wants to be governor of Ohio, which would be like a penguin being president of Somalia.
They basically want to Israel us, basically.
Yes. But the one thing you guys need to understand about the Indians, I should know because I'm British and my people ruled India for 400 years, is that what they lack individually, they make up in numbers, right? And there are a lot of them. India outnumbers every American 4-1, right?
Yeah.
Every American, black, white, Chinese, actual native Indian, right? 4-1. And they're going to flood your lands and speak their own language. You think the Somalians are a problem? Wait until the Indians start settling in your lands.
This is going to smell like fucking tater tots.
Yes. You'll shit where you eat, and you'll eat where you shit. The Mississippi River will turn into the Ganges within a generation.
Do you think they'll bring the poop festivals here?
Yes.
That's disgusting.
Without hesitation, if you allow these groups of people complain about the Muslims, and I agree, they're not exactly the nicest of people, and they've done egregious shit. What they don't do is defecate on the street and go fucking insane with poo festivals. Okay?
Poo festivals.
Right? That's why when Britain left India, we split it into 3 pieces. India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh. Although Bangladesh back then was East Pakistan before they got their own revolution. The point is, folks, nothing would be more dangerous to humanity than a united India. It's terrifying. It's absolutely insane. Yet people think, especially Westerners, they think, oh, we can be nice to the Indians. Oh, we can be nice to their nationalist leader and bring them over to our side. You don't want India on your side. Let the Russians and Chinese deal with the Indians. Not our problem. In fact, I dare say, gentlemen, that Israel, yes, of course, Israel, but also India are the greatest threat of all the developing powers.
Mm-hmm.
Even more than China, even more than Russia, especially even more than South Africa.
But
and
technically,
Brazil.
though, doesn't Israel also control India as well?
Well, they like to think they do, but a lot of Indians like the Israelis, except for the people at the top of the Indian hierarchy who fucking hate Israel. Because the Indians use a caste system, and a lot of the lower caste Indians like Israel, but a lot of the higher caste Indians hate Israel.
That's kind of ass backwards, isn't it? Usually it's the lower caste who hates Israel, and the high caste love Israel.
Yeah, but in India it's different.
Well, the higher caste Indians blame Israel for why the Muslims are so fucking insane. Because the Muslims see Israel as in the same way you would see a shard of glass in your foot. You'd be pretty fucking pissed off if you had a shard of glass in your foot for 80 fucking years.
I don't
Sword
agree
on
with
their
Muslims
side.
on everything, and I criticize them on shitty shit they do, but I agree with them on this instant about Israel. I really do.
And the most powerful Islamic nation is India's sworn enemy, Pakistan, which is also, let's not forget, folks, a nuclear nation. Pakistan.
Oh, not just a nuclear nation, man. The U.S. gave them F-35s, the newest freaking fighter jets, which freaking amazed me. It's like, why are we giving them the fighter jets when we attacked them over the fact that they were having Osama bin Laden live in their country?
Why hasn't Pakistan turned India into a parking lot yet?
Well, I'll tell you this, guys. There's a reason Pakistan ally with China against India, because both of those nations realize just how dangerous India is, right? Of all the developing nations, they are the nation with the most deadly potential, with grand imperial ambitions. They want to take over Pakistan. They want to take over Bangladesh. They want to create this greater Indian zone. They want to rule the fucking world. And Chinese.
And besides that,
go on.
India is split between two lines. You have the southern Indians who can't stand the northern Indians.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you have the Ladakh Kashmir region, which is sides with friggin' Pakistan.
Yeah, Kashmir is a fantastic example of what the world would be like if Indians ruled it. Essentially, the world would be Kashmir, a fucking permanent war zone. Because it is. Okay? And this is the thing people need to understand. A lot of our side, they always like to rightly condemn Israel and condemn, the towel-head Muslims. But a lot of people don't seem to realize just how dangerous the Indians are and their ambitions are. Of course, people are well aware of the dangers of the Red Chinese and their ambitions. But the enemy of my enemy is not my friend in this case.
No.
If you think Red China is dangerous, Brown India is just as dangerous. Go ahead, Triton. Triton, hello? You alive? Did the Indians get you?
Shit, the feds got him.
Well, I'm being called again by my father, who couldn't turn on his own fucking television because he's a dinosaur. So I'm going to leave the lunatics to run the asylum. Gabriel, why don't you talk a little bit about, I don't know, military history or something?
Okay. So let's talk about the history of India and how it became so fucked up. So when it was the British Raj, you had Muslims and Hindus living amongst each other in peace and harmony. And then some jackass by the name of Lord Batten decided to go and split India in half based on religious lines.
Yep.
Hence why we have Bangladesh and Pakistan. Fun fact, Bangladesh used to be East Pakistan, and Pakistan was Pakistan. How that worked, I have no fucking clue. Apparently, they were administered as one country, and I have no clue how that worked. All I know is that when they first split it up, there was a whole big, I'm just going to use a Muslim term for it, intifada, which is like a religious uprising. And they fought each other. Millions of people died. Plenty of people were made homeless. And they were sent to East Pakistan and Pakistan. Then the 1970s rolled around. And something happened called the Pakistan-Bangladesh War, or what the Bangladesh like to call the Liberation War. India sided with Bangladesh, and Pakistan was on its own. And in the end, India and Bangladesh won. Bangladesh became its own country with its own alphabet and its own language. They didn't have to speak Urdu, which is the state language of Pakistan, and they didn't have to deal with Sharia law. And now, funny enough, I do believe India is moving away from allying with Bangladesh, and Bangladesh has been thinking about allying with Pakistan.
Well, that's geopolitics for you, Jay.
And even funnier than that, the
Gabriel. There we go.
Yeah, and the even funnier part is the former prime minister who they overthrew. I do believe she was a Pakistan plant, if I remember correctly, and that's why they overthrew her. Was because she was her main policy was this: if you served in the Liberation War, you were guaranteed a job. But if you were Gen Z or Gen Alpha or any of these other generations, you were fucked. You couldn't get a job.
So basically, a boomer president. No wonder they elected that woman.
Yep, and they kicked her out, and now she's been sentenced to death in absentia. Yeah, absentia.
Also, which I think this question's off topic, but a chatter says, "Hey, Dingy, what is your thoughts on the Indian politicians doxing Tyler O'Vara over the poop festival controversy?"
Yeah, they realized how publicly damaging that was, and now they want to ruin someone's life over it. I mean, we've seen this countless times with the Israelis. People investigate the Israelis and then they try to destroy them, right? We've come to expect that. Well, the same thing is happening with the Indians. Okay?
Tyler wasn't even being a dick either. I watched the documentary. He was being really nice to them too, and he was letting them explain like their origin. Like it was more of a documentary than a hit piece, if anything.
Yeah, but it was how it was perceived internationally, right? And that's why the British was so harsh in India. 150,000 people cannot rule a nation of 100 million on a level playing field. It just can't. Okay? And that was back then. Now India's population is fucking insane. It's insane.
Well, like I brought up, you could thank Lord Mountbatten for the issues that are going on in India at the moment. Thankfully, somebody actually made him the first astronaut of England.
Oh, damn. Well, that's the Irish for you, Gabriel. But I will point out right here, right now, that the biggest problem with India, right, is the fact that they have the world's worst air quality, right? You just look at the weather reports any day of the year, right? Every day of the year. You will not find good air quality in India. It's always at best moderate, at worst very bad, like to the point of it being hazardous to people's health. That's the kind of people we're dealing with, guys. And you want to import these people into your own fucking country? What the fuck's wrong with you?
It's the only place, as far as I know, where polio is still endemic.
Yes.
Which means that they're swimming in shit water and then getting parasites from the shit water and getting polio.
Yes.
So, can I say something?
Sure.
So, I've been quiet, but you ever get a call, okay? You ever get a call? He sounds like he comes from a totally different line, you know, probably a different place of the world. And you know that this call is a scam. Like, you know off the bat, because it's pretty apparent what they're trying to get from you. Well, I get these calls, and I'm on a cell phone, and I have caller ID, and they come up, you know, but they are very persistent. If you ever at any point answer, right, these calls, they will put you on a list. And the way I know this is because I had to talk to a person that works in law, and he said one of the biggest problems is that people start talking to them, or you know, the number that they're using is in use, and once they figure that out, because these little things that they operate, the minute the feds, or well, their version of the feds, go to quotation marks get them, they literally move from one area to a totally different area in that same building, if not across the street, depending on how hot the zone is. So they get tipped off, and it's by the government, because I would say that they're more akin to Mexican cartels, I guess you could say. And but it's owned directly by an actual royalty type person. So they're run by the royalty, and then that's why they can't stamp them out, or they just ignore it. But
you're referring to the high caste members of Indian society.
yes, and it is run by them. They're scam rings, and they try to get people that will answer the phone to give them information, and obviously any person with a brain cell wouldn't give it to them. But see, this is the thing. They know that Americans will do one of two things. They'll put them on an ignore list, or they'll change their number. Now, if you change your number, there's a likelihood that you're already on the list to begin with, because American numbers aren't secure, and they're using this, if not the same digits, randomly generated digits on your cell phone. So basically, it's all a matter of, let's see what numbers we can dial, make it look like we're from the area code. They'll pick up. If they answer us, we can then put this number on the list and continue to call it over a course of time. I
didn't even really bring up the whole scammer issue, folks, and that's just icing on the shit cake in regards to how egregious these people are. It's not as if APAC constantly call you and try to scam you, huh?
Nope, they do. And that's the thing, too. I feel like presidents should not even be working with APAC. APAC should not even be an organization any public official should be working with. That's just my
opinion. Wait a minute. I never got a call from APAC. You guys got a call?
Nah, Dingy just brought up APAC. So
I brought it up because the Israelis, they do egregious things, but they don't scam millions of Americans out of their livelihoods, which is
that's the
really
thing. They take a big dub. They take a big dub in that regard. At least they're not scamming citizens.
Q-dub.
Hey, just a quick question. How do I join the chat while I'm recording here with you guys?
Okay, what you need to do, I can tell you real quick. Go to that square bubble thing. That's for me. It's got a three on it.
Well, are you on mobile or on the PC?
Then I don't know.
I clicked the 3 dots, right? And then I'll be in chat, and it says join the chat. If I do that, I'm not gonna like exit out of here because I've had that happen before, where like I've gone to go do something and I exit out of the call and then I had to.
I've never used StreamYard on mobile, so I can't answer that question. And unfortunately, Gabriel, but we do appreciate everyone in the chat and everyone who's liked today's stream. We like to keep the show at around 2 hours for the sake of everyone's sanity and sleep schedule. One thing's for sure, don't trust the Indians, okay?
Definitely not. But honestly, hot take, well, not really hot take, but hot take to everyone. Don't trust humans in general. Humans are just not untrustworthy creatures.
I do find it
show love to the flankers.
Well, I do find it very ironic that Americans replaced Indians only to be replaced by Indians.
I know, right?
Who will be replaced by American robots, which will be replaced by Indian robots. So there you go. On that note, Whistler or Weissler and Torin seem to be very quiet. Maybe they're.
I'm still here.
There we go. Hopefully, Torin, you will get your 2 girlfriends back, or maybe you can go to them.
Yeah, I'm actually considering it this Christmas.
Good. Maybe they
put
can give
any
you a
thought
nice
into
Christmas
converting
present.
to Mormonism.
They are Mormons. That's the funny part.
So convert. There you go.
My goodness, ladies and gentlemen. Black Putin is clicking his tongue like he wants to get some of those girlfriends. He's going to write down the clue for an hour, and is it been 54 minutes?
50, yeah, an hour, 53 minutes, and 42 seconds.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I was typing in chat, and apparently,
it's all right.
Future
plans. Future plans. Black Putin, you can start off because you're speaking.
Okay. My plans are to, well, go through another working week and do the usual grind set and talk to y'all in the Discord and all that stuff. And yeah,
All right.
nothing special.
And and since Dingy's muted, I might as well talk about my future plans. So future plans is we're having a show tomorrow. We got a few topics, but I'm still working on what we're exactly going to be discussing, or if I'm going to be reacting to stuff. Stay tuned on Twitter. I will update you on that. But yeah, I got multiple shows planned this week. Got Monday and then Thursday. I'm also going to try to get Chuddy the Nigerian back on this week as well, whenever he's free, and do another interview to talk about the updates of what's going on in Nigeria, because Nigeria is going through a Christian genocide and Chuddy's loving to speak out about that. So we're going to have him on to give updates on that situation. Probably either Thursday or tomorrow. I'll have to get to Chuddy after the show. But yeah, Chuddy's going to be coming back on this week. And I'm also going to try to get E.G. Lately, Ralph, and other guests to come back on as well on the regular shows as well. So make sure y'all stay tuned to that. And also tonight, I will be on Green Star Radio tonight with Weisler at 10 p.m. EST, 9 p.m. Central Time. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. And future plans for Dingy, since Dingy doesn't really, future plans for you. Is there any shows going on this week? What's going on with you?
Well, my future plans are to educate this entire panel how to pronounce my name. It's Digny.
Digny. You gotta think, we're all a bunch of artists.
Why is that easy for me to pronounce, but nobody else?
Because we're autistic.
I haven't even tried to pronounce it because I knew they were pronouncing it wrong.
Right. Or you could call me by my full creator name, the Dignified Cartoon Gentleman. But that, if you can't even say Digny, I don't want to see you try to attempt that. Okay.
The Dignified Cartoon Gentleman. See, that's actually easier for me. I don't know why.
I think we all know why. But my future plans are to make more network videos, make more network shows, make more network videos from said network shows. We've got a few from this show, and that girlfriend topic's going to be a very interesting one, Torrin. Okay? I'm just going to have your floating mask next to the Soska sisters, okay, and just have them be your girlfriends, because they might eat you or something. They are really, really weird. They are.
Whatever you say,
anyone who has a black boss is weird. But yeah, hopefully we'll be having a fantastic December. I wish everyone on the panel a Merry Christmas. I recently passed 250 subs, and I'd appreciate all the support I can get. You see, I don't mind how crazy my audience is. I'm very grateful that I have an audience, right? Not one of these cocksucker creators who hates their audience and they're like, I hate
and I know my audience is small. Like to this stream, we had like 5 people watching, but I still appreciate the 5 people, because I'd rather have 5 real people that actually have real opinions than 100 ball washers that will just stab me in the back. So honestly, being smaller is better than being bigger, because it's more enjoyable, because your audience is more loyal to you when you're a smaller creator versus when you're a big creator. Because when you're a big creator, you have to censor yourself and all that. But being a small creator, I could say whatever the fuck I want and whatever truths I want. I don't have to lie like the bigger creators do.
When we get to that point, Triton, I'm going to have a talk with you.
We're never gonna get to that point, because I'm not gonna lie. Like when that's the thing. Once we do get like 50 or 100, like once we get to that point, I'm still gonna be myself. I ain't gonna change for the network. And
Torrin, by the time we get to that point, you better have your girlfriends on this fucking panel too, okay? Because that is one hell of a fucking story you sprung out of fucking nowhere.
Hey, you know
Right.
what's funny? It's actually true. Triton's actually met one of my girlfriends before.
Yeah, I met one of them. I haven't met the other one.
Good. Good. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it doesn't turn into 4 girlfriends.
Oh no, it won't.
Next
Trust
week.
me.
Right.
He says
goodness.
that, but
I
you
hope
never
it
know.
doesn't. Two's a handful as it is.
Oh dearie me! Especially since they're fucking each other. But what about you, Weisler or Whistler or Star Guy? What are your future plans?
Weisler? Oh, do I have to pretend to be you again? All right, hold on. Hello guys, it's me, Weisler, and I plan on hosting Green Star Radio covering some commentary drama tonight. And I'm also, going to be doing some Green Star Radio. My autistic friend Lord Triton's going to be on. I'm also going to have a few of my regulars like Jimmy, King Zach, and these other people on my show. We cover, commentary drama, we're covering lyrics and a bunch of other stuff today. And yeah, that's what we're doing for Green Star Radio. Oh, thank you,
Hold on,
Weisler.
guys.
Thank
The
you.
police are here.
All right.
Why does your impression of Weisler have such a high pitched voice?
Just
Hey
be
guys,
funny.
guys, I think we're all missing the fact that Gabriel just said the police are here. So
what happened?
he's not an illegal immigrant.
There's
You're
no
not brown
way.
enough.
No way. We only had like 5 people watching. There's no way he got
Okay. Okay, I'm back.
All right, you didn't get swatted because of the stream, did you? We
Okay,
only have
before
5
you-
people.
No. It's somebody who was supposed to be on the panel.
Oh,
Phone's
Dan?
dead and my computer's fucked up.
Okay, I'll talk to you about that whenever we get off the air.
Yep.
no,
Should I update everybody about what's going to happen with me? Because I think
Yeah,
we
go
skipped
ahead.
over
Talk
me.
about your future plans, which you're going to be on the show. More. Talk about that.
My future plans are basically to have my own friggin' apartment soon, hopefully, because, being homeless and living in a shed kind of fucking sucks. And besides that, I'm hoping to continue podcasting. I actually do enjoy this, and, this was a career field that I never really thought I would get into.
Well, if you're not insane now, you will be after a few years of doing this, okay?
Yeah.
Just to warn you in advance. But folks, if you haven't already, like the stream, share the stream. Once we get monetized, donations will be welcome.
Open.
We appreciate everyone.
We do appreciate everyone. Thank you all for watching. If you like the stream, hit the like button. If you dislike the stream, hit the like button anyways, because the dislike button is gone. Make sure you subscribe so we can get to 500 subs. And we will see you back on the regular show here tomorrow. And I will see y'all in the next stream. Peace.
Peace.
Stream is